As you guys know, it's a tough song for us to perform. We're going to try it anyways. This song really brings up a lot to me and to Matt about our fathers and just things we've been through, just in general. Alright, so this song's called Jumpin' At Ramsey.
And I knew, like, at that moment, it was done. Warm Still Teeth was over. We wanted everyone to know this was the end, and we wanted to go out in the biggest high note that we could. It was completely packed with people, and we were having a blast, and we played for about an hour. It was destruction, you know, points where I was rolling around on the ground in the audience just screaming. Peter had one of the best guitar solos, I think, in history. At one point he was doing all of this. This was back in the days where, you know, you would do this and like flip the guitar all the way around you. And at that point, I had never seen anyone do it with a guitar. So I'm smashing out all of Aerosmith's platinum records, because fuck Aerosmith. Breaking everything, we're having a fucking grand old time. Show ends, we have our big hoorah, there's smoke and fog everywhere, lasers shooting all over the place. Or, you know, it's the end, we're done.
I like to think that what we were doing on stage was kind of not really music, but completely music. Kind of the way that like Instagram now is like art in that it's photography, but is it? The initial band lineup was me, Corey, Andy, and Ray.
You know, my dad had got me a bass guitar for Christmas, and I just started playing the bass, and one thing led to another. You know, you meet some other people that also play instruments.
Banging on whatever we could find in the garage.
I pick up the guitar, I'm just playing metal nonsense. You know, when you have a song that you've written and it's something you've created, there is a natural urge to share it with people. And it was time that we, you know, try and get a show. And that's when we ran into the first real problems. Fort Myers is a town that's mainly catered for the elderly and retired people.
There's really not anything that's geared toward young people in this town. Home of the newlywed, home of the nearly dead. There's only one or two places I could think of that will let you play all originals.
We were instantly told that if we didn't have a cover set, that we were, you know, there's no way that we would even get a shot.
Creating something new in Fort Myers is like recycling.
You know, yeah, we mainly would play in garages. Backyard shows were a thing back in those days. I miss that. We had a backyard show. We blew the amp on the speakers out literally the second that Trevor screamed into him on the first song. He's playing, rah, poof, the whole thing went. Yeah. And we weren't allowed to play in Jake's parents' backyard anymore. They were real upset about that. We decided at that point we needed to actually jot something down. We need to record something so that people, again, will know who we are. We recorded our first song, and the first song was called Raped and Murdered. It was loosely about my dad.
We didn't really care about going to the studio. We booked the time, and whatever we came up with at the moment was what our songs were going to be. And it turned out to be another 9/11.
Let's do some touring, you know? We bought a van. The van was like 3.5, and we loaded up the gear and we just hit the road. So we, again, had finished touring. We're back in Fort Myers. We're not getting any love at all from Fort Myers people. No one was willing to let us play shows. So we decided we were going to record another EP. Just get another EP out, and maybe this will boost people. So we recorded LL Cool Jesus.
You know, Corey and I couldn't agree on the sound or the tone, and he refused to use anything other than his metal pedal.
Along lines like that. And people would be, you know, half-heartedly moving. They wouldn't really be feeling it. But then I would do this. And you can just hear in sound alone, this is a metal pedal.
The show was over.
But Beatniks kind of changed things in the town. You know, we hadn't played a big show in Cape Coral or Fort Myers. We hadn't done anything like this.
We decided to have one final show, and that was it.
I go up on stage and I'm like, I'm in the zone, you know, I'm ready. And I looked out over the crowd and the room was literally packed with people. Wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder. It was a real show. And I think at that moment it kind of hit me. We were wondering what was Born with Steel Teeth. Realistically, it was the four of us. It was the four of us doing what we wanted to do for fun, and you know, to get away from this place we lived in.
What started to happen was everybody was catching up to us. We thought we were a little ahead of the curve, having this non-specific, angry, genre-bending music that we weren't really sure what it was leading to. But when people started to like it and started to get into it, we weren't really in control anymore. And that was that. We didn't really think about what was going to happen the next day. But yeah. But it had to end, and when it did, a little piece of me died.
We called it quits. I really think a piece of me died. And I wouldn't trade what we did for the world. I genuinely love those guys, and I love the people that were involved.
And, you know, I wish more of me had died, because it kind of sucks to not be rocking out in that band right now.
I'm glad we had that in our lives as a break from the world.
But then someday people look at you, they're what they call their own, they watch you suffer. Yeah, here you're going home, and then someday we can take our time to brush the leaves aside so you can reach us. Hey, but you left me far behind, and I'm there, yeah. Didn't mean to treat you so bad, but I did it anyway. Now I'm saying, but some would say you left with what you had, but you couldn't tell the pain, yeah, mama, now couldn't share the pain of what she suffered. Now maybe